Yo, VC, what's up? Boris here, the vinyl veteran, and yes, of course, I have records for you. Just two. Actually, I bought three, but the other one I'll show you another time. So that's first of all um, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Deja Vu. Most probably everybody of you is knowing that. I did not know that. Um, I know, insane. My age in not knowing that well-known record. However, I was listening to it due to a recommendation, and of course, I was instantly hooked and said, "Yes, this I need to have." So, really dig that. The other one is from Analog Production, and it's a killer album. It's absolutely killer album. It Serves You Right to Suffer, John Lee Hooker. I love that album. It sounds so good. Analog Production once more is doing a heck of a job here. Um, so good. Um, Actually, I had to order them in the States, and this is exactly. I mean, I love those Analog Production records. They're doing an insanely brilliant job, but it's quite expensive here in Europe. Especially in Switzerland. Switzerland is the cherry on top in terms of costs. But in Europe, they're not that often available, sell out quite quickly. Um, and then if you want to have them, you have to order them via Discogs, which is usually even more expensive, or directly in the States. And in the States, I mean, the conversion rate actually for me is quite good, but shipping is shipping hurts. For those three records I bought, I had to pay roughly $70 shipping costs, and then of course customs is coming on top. So not cheap, but worth it as long as you're not doing it every week, every month, whatsoever. Yeah, don't say anything. I know I'm spending too much on vinyl. Another thing where again I spent some money, and actually some serious money, and I just made a short video clip I try to bring into this, process, film cut, and so on. Is I bought some desktop speakers. Not only because I want to listen to music when I'm working, because you can't then get up and flip every 20 minutes a record. No, because if you're making music, you can't just use headphones. At least I can't do that. And so this is this purpose, and then exactly the other purpose to be able to listen to some music while I'm working. And they arrived yesterday. Had to wait for some cables. Connected them today for the first time, and oh boy, wow, they sound brilliant. And I mean, it took some time. I was looking for some monitors really for quite some time. I read reviews up and down, watched YouTube videos, and I mean, there's always with those review stuff, they maybe are paid. It's always a little bit, However, finally I decided for the Genelec AT10, and this was no regrets here. This was a brilliant decision. They really deliver, and especially this near field listening, it's amazing. And when I'm streaming, I'm listening to Cobus. Don't know if you know it. I think it's a similar thing to Tidal, which a lot of people are using for the high-res files. And wow, I mean, you hear things, I have to say, which I did not hear sometimes on some analog stuff, on some records. I mean, this is a different thing. So not that I want to get rid of my records, don't worry, but yeah, I mean, just shortly check them out, and then I'm coming back to you with another thing I want to discuss or talk about. Well, have a look at my latest investment. If you're like me, looking for some really, really good sounding desktop speakers, check out those Genelec, don't know how they're pronounced, 8010. They're the smallest in the series, but they make a heck of a beautiful sound if you're not really listening to your system. Absolutely amazed by them. They're really worth checking out. Not cheap, for sure not, but as I always say, if you buy cheap, you buy twice. Really look for quality, and it was a brilliant decision. Really love them. Yeah, Robert C. I don't know if you know him. You might know him. He's in the vinyl community for a gazillion years and had multiple, countless channels. And honestly speaking, I got lost there, and I was losing track about all those channels. His main channel now is empty, and I thought he's done because he said several times he's done with a vinyl. However, I just realized he now has a second channel, a side channel, something like that, and he's doing a lottery thing, which he already did in the past, somehow successful, I think. Never took part, however, the rules are multiple people can join and have a letter, and then they have to make a video to some questions. So if you're interested, watch it. And however, one of the questions, or maybe very short, why I'm not taking part in this. So first of all, I'm not really this contest guy. Second thought, there is, I mean, I just told you about my experiences with stuff coming to Switzerland, customs, payments, and so on. So I already had in the past things coming from eBay auctions or something like that from the States. As soon as something is not really good declared, then customs is coming to you. On Switzerland is quite strict there, so they ask you, well, what is it worth, and then you're telling, and even it's not worth much, only for asking you about the clarification they charge you, I think it's 18 bucks. So now imagine this lottery thing where maybe 20, 30, I don't know how many people taking part. You are the lucky one, and you are the lucky one, for example, in Switzerland, and there are coming 30 deliveries from the States, because most of the VC is happening in the States. And then if you have bad luck, you have multiple customs issues. So if you're interested really in this thing, take part. It's for sure a heck of fun. And part of that is that Robert is asking questions. And one of the questions, and this, I want to answer one of those questions, not because I want to take part, just because I think it's an interesting question. I know that it's important for Robert. He was thinking or discussing that several times and was talking about that several times, and might be an interesting question. So the question is, what do you plan with your or for your collection if you pass away? So did you have thoughts about that? What's your take on it? And for me, it's absolutely simple. I can't say I don't care, but I mean, if I'm dead, I'm dead. Then I don't know anymore what's happening with that. I mean, just for realistic and logical and because reasons. I mean, personally, I hope that my son is interested in music and he think it's fun that I'm listening to vinyl, and he has some kind of interest in that. And hopefully he will, after my death, enjoy that. for listening purposes. If not, then he should sell it. And I mean that nobody is playing game with him. I told him, told him, son, this is my collection. There's a thing called Discogs, and I put more or less everything inside, and there you can check what is it worth. And you know, if you have this app, and then you can see the smallest amount, the middle amount, and the highest amount of what it's worth. I showed him those figures and said, don't go for the highest, maybe around middle section, or just have a look at this. I try to explain a little bit. And I mean, that's it more or less. I mean, even if you make plans like, well, I plan to sell, or there will be a stage where I start to catalog and then make my little shop and so on. It's good if that's for you. It's brilliant. But don't forget, you never know. It can be over tomorrow. And then your plans are nothing anymore. And therefore, I mean, hopefully it's not for nobody. So my personal plan is reaching those 100, and I mean, as soon as I'm retired, I will enjoy the heck of my collection. I plan to sit every day here, listening to some music, shaking those old bones, and just having fun. I mean, that's it for me. So, don't know what's your take on that. Maybe it's worth thinking about or discussing. Oh, let's do a little serious about that. Would be interested in your thoughts, because I think it's really fun. Yeah, even it's about death, it's somehow fun to think about that, and to collect those different point of view. Yeah, that's it, more or less. What's up next? I planned another video about a big shootout I made. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. I compared the Analog Production UHQ-RAW to, which is supposed one of the best, to another one which is supposed to be the best, the MoFi. And I did not expect the result to be that clear, to me at least. I mean, for sure, I'm again sure that people did that already, but it was my personal take on it, and maybe you're interested in that. And so really, I did not expect to be my personal winner to be that clear, and I did not expect the differences in the listening experience to be that huge. Amazing. But more about that in another video. Take care, everybody. See you soon.